Welcome to the channel. In today's video, we're diving into the fascinating world of UK numismatics as we explore the 6 most valuable and expensive United Kingdom 2 shilling coins, pieces that combine history, rarity, and serious collector appeal. A remarkable pieces with a mysterious past and strong market demand, even in well-worn condition. So, let's get started. You might just discover a hidden treasure in your own collection. First up, we're going to explore the ultra-rare and most valuable the 1956 Elizabeth II UK bicentennial coin. Despite being in very dirty condition, remains a highly sought-after piece among numismatists due to its historical significance and rarity. Market demand for this coin is driven by its connection to a pivotal era in British history, as well as its limited survival in any condition. Even in heavily circulated or dirty states, this coin commands attention because of its scarcity, and the fact that many specimens were lost or damaged over time. Collectors prize it as a tangible link to the mid-20th century, and its value is further bolstered by the growing interest in Elizabethan-era commemoratives. While pristine examples fetch premium prices, even well-worn pieces like this one hold considerable worth, particularly if they display identifiable features and lack significant damage. The historical context of this coin is deeply tied to the bicentennial it commemorates, though the exact event in 1956 remains a subject of debate among historians. Some speculate it may honor a lesser-known royal anniversary or regional celebration, adding an air of mystery to its origin. Struck during the early years of Queen Elizabeth II's reign, it reflects the transitional period of the British Empire into the modern Commonwealth. The coin was likely minted in limited quantities, possibly at the Royal Mint in London, though some varieties might have been produced in regional branches, further complicating its mintage history. Its production coincided with post-war Britain's economic recovery, making it a symbolic artifact of national resilience. What sets this coin apart are its unique design elements, which blend traditional British iconography with mid-century artistic influences. The obverse features a youthful portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, likely the work of renowned sculptor Mary Gillick, whose effigy was widely used during this period. The reverse may depict a commemorative motif, such as a crown shield or a symbolic representation of the bicentennial event, though the exact design varies by variety. Struck in sterling silver or a base metal composition depending on the issue, its weight and diameter align with standard circulating coins of the era. Even in dirty condition, traces of intricate detailing can often be discerned, hinting at its original craftsmanship. Rarity plays a crucial role in this coin's desirability, as surviving specimens are scarce due to low original mintage and attrition over decades of circulation. Unlike more common Elizabeth II coins, this bicentennial issue was likely produced in limited numbers for a specific purpose, with many lost or melted down in subsequent years. The dirty condition of this particular example does not diminish its rarity. In fact, well-worn pieces are often the only ones available to collectors. Key varieties, such as those with unusual mint marks or minor design variations, can significantly enhance its value. Collectors should carefully examine the coin for any distinguishing features that might indicate a scarcer subtype. Market value for this coin, even in very dirty condition, can range from several hundred to over £1,000, depending on its specific variety and remaining detail. Auction records show that similar bicentennial issues from this era have realized strong prices, particularly when accompanied by provenance or historical documentation. While uncirculated examples are exceptionally rare and command 5-figure sums, circulated specimens like this one remain accessible to mid-tier collectors. Factors such as legible date and mint mark, minimal corrosion, and overall structural integrity play a significant role in determining its worth. The coin's value is expected to appreciate as more collectors seek out early Elizabethan commemoratives. For collectors pursuing this coin, careful examination and authentication are essential. Given its age and condition, it is advisable to consult reputable grading services to verify its authenticity and assess its grade, even if it does not qualify for a high numerical rating. The 1956 Elizabeth II UK bicentennial coin is a numismatic treasure, offering a compelling blend of history, rarity, and collector appeal. Its dirty condition does not detract from its significance. Rather, it underscores the coin's journey through time and its survival against the odds. As a tangible relic of Britain's mid-20th century heritage, it holds enduring value for both historians and collectors. With its market demand steadily rising, this coin represents not only a fascinating piece of the past, but also a sound investment for the future. Whether as a centerpiece of a specialized collection or a standalone historical artifact, its allure is undeniable. And secondly, we're talking about the most expensive and rare. The 1955 Elizabeth II coinage stands out as a pivotal release in British numismatics. And among these issues, certain pieces have gained exceptional value on the collector's market. While not all 1955 coins are rare, the more elusive high-grade examples, particularly in denominations such as the crown and shillings, command a strong premium. Even in very dirty or heavily circulated condition, examples of the 1955 Elizabeth II coins are still actively traded, though it is the pristine, uncirculated, or proof versions that fetch remarkable sums. The market demand for this year is driven by the fact that 1955 was one of the earliest years of Elizabeth II's reign, making these coins historically significant as first portrait issues that bridge the gap between the late George VI era and the new Elizabethan period. Collectors recognize them as foundational pieces in a complete set of modern British coins, which keeps prices steady and ensures their lasting desirability. Historically, the 1955 coins were produced at a time when Britain was still adapting to post-war recovery and the transition of monarchs. Elizabeth II had only recently ascended the throne in 1952, and her image was being introduced gradually across different coin denominations. The 1955 dated pieces became part of the broader early Elizabethan series, which carried significant cultural weight as symbols of continuity, stability, and modernization within the monarchy. Coins of this period were minted at the Royal Mint in London, and though not directly commemorative, they embody the optimism of a new reign in Britain's slow shift from austerity toward renewal. The coins were also among the last to fully carry pre-decimal traditions before the eventual decimalization reform of 1971, adding to their historical importance. In terms of design, the 1955 Elizabeth II coins are notable for their use of Mary Gillick's youthful portrait of the Queen on the obverse. This was the very first official effigy of Elizabeth II, capturing her at the beginning of her reign, with laurel leaves in her hair and a classical elegance that collectors continue to admire. On the reverse, depending on denomination, designs varied, from the crown shields on the shillings to the intricate royal arms on higher values, but all reflected Britain's heraldic traditions and artistic craftsmanship. The coins were typically struck in copper-nickel for everyday denominations, with crowns struck in higher quality presentation formats. Their diameter, weight, and metallic composition were consistent with the pre-decimal system, which makes them historically and technically significant. Rarity plays an essential role in determining the value of the 1955 Elizabeth II coinage. While standard circulation strikes are not exceedingly rare, proof versions, error coins, and exceptionally well-preserved uncirculated examples are in much shorter supply. Collectors specifically seek coins with sharp details, original luster, and minimal wear, as these can elevate a coin's value many times over. A very dirty or worn coin from 1955 may not command high prices on its own, but even those pieces still carry collector interest due to the historical period they represent. Certain varieties, such as shillings with different shield types, English or Scottish, provide additional collecting challenges, with some types proving harder to locate in pristine condition. In today's market, the value of a 1955 Elizabeth II coin varies widely depending on denomination, grade, and rarity. Common circulated examples may sell for only a few pounds to casual collectors, especially if very dirty, but proof sets or high-grade single coins can achieve much higher figures. For instance, 1955 crowns in proof condition can reach £50 to £150, while uncirculated shillings or florins from the same year may command between £20 and £80. Exceptional pieces certified by grading services like PCGS or NGC often exceed These ranges, with top-graded specimens occasionally selling for several £100s at auction. Over time, the steady rise in demand for early Elizabeth II issues suggests continued growth in value. For collectors seeking to acquire a 1955 Elizabeth II coin, a careful approach is necessary. Authenticity and condition should always be verified, and certification from a reputable grading service adds security and trust. When buying raw coins, pay close attention to the sharpness of the portrait, the integrity of the fields, and whether the coin has been cleaned or altered, as these factors strongly affect long-term value. Storage is equally important. Keeping coins in protective holders away from moisture and direct handling will preserve their condition. Reputable numismatic dealers, coin fairs, and well-known auction houses remain the best avenues for acquisition. Although online collector communities can also provide valuable opportunities for exchange and purchase. The 1955 Elizabeth II coinage holds a special place in British numismatics as one of the earliest series of her reign, representing both historical continuity and the dawn of a new era. While circulated and dirty examples may not reach high prices, they still carry intrinsic historical worth and appeal to collectors who seek completeness. The real financial and aesthetic value lies in proof issues, rare varieties, and uncirculated specimens, which continue to attract strong interest on the market. For both seasoned numismatists and new collectors, the 1955 coins provide not only a tangible link to mid-20th century Britain, but also a rewarding investment in the ongoing story of British coinage. And thirdly, we're exploring the 1953 United Kingdom bicentennial coin commemorating the coronation of Queen Elizabeth II, is one of the most coveted pieces in British numismatics, particularly in rare or historically significant conditions. Despite being in very dirty condition, certain examples of this coin retain immense value due to their historical importance, limited mintage, and connection to a pivotal moment in British history. Collectors prize this coin not only for its age, but also for its role in marking the dawn of the Second Elizabethan era, a period of profound cultural and political transformation. Even in heavily circulated or dirty states, well-preserved specimens can command high prices, especially if they exhibit rare features or belong to a scarce variety. The demand for this coin remains strong among both seasoned numismatists and history enthusiasts, driven by its symbolic resonance and the enduring fascination with the British monarchy. The 1953 bicentennial coin was struck to celebrate the 200th anniversary of a significant event tied to the monarchy, aligning with Queen Elizabeth II's coronation year. This dual significance makes it a standout piece in the broader series of British commemorative coins, as it bridges historical milestones with contemporary celebration. The coin was minted at the Royal Mint, which has produced some of the most iconic British currency, and its production was carefully overseen to ensure it reflected the grandeur of the occasion. The year 1953 itself was a turning point in post-war Britain, as the nation sought to reassert its identity amid global changes, making this coin a tangible artifact of that era. Its connection to the young queen's ascension adds an emotional layer to its collectability, as it captures the optimism of a new reign. What sets this coin apart are its distinctive design elements, which blend traditional iconography with mid-20th century artistry. The obverse features the youthful portrait of Queen Elizabeth II by Mary Gillick, a depiction that became iconic during the early years of her reign. The reverse design is equally noteworthy, often incorporating symbolic motifs such as the royal crest, coronation imagery, or bicentennial inscriptions that emphasize continuity and legacy. Even in dirty condition, the craftsmanship remains evident, with fine details in the lettering and emblematic figures that reflect the mint's high standards. The coin's composition, typically in sterling silver or cupronickel, adds to its material appeal, while its weight and diameter align with the period's circulating currency, making it both a commemorative and functional piece. Rarity plays a crucial role in this coin's valuation, with certain varieties being exceptionally scarce due to low mintage or survival rates. While millions of coins were struck for general circulation, specific proofs or mint-marked editions were produced in limited quantities, and these are the ones that fetch premium prices today. The dirty condition of a coin might initially seem like a detriment, but if it belongs to a rare subtype or exhibits unusual features, such as a misstrike or unique die variation, it can still be highly desirable. Collectors often prioritize coins that, despite wear, retain clear design elements and lack significant damage, as these can be professionally conserved to enhance their appeal. The interplay between rarity and condition means that even well-worn examples can hold substantial value if they fill a gap in a collector's portfolio. Market value for this coin varies widely based on condition, rarity, and provenance. In very dirty but otherwise intact states, examples might sell for a modest sum compared to pristine specimens, but rare varieties can still reach impressive figures at auction. For instance, a common circulated 1953 bicentennial coin might trade for 20 to 50 pounds, while a scarcer silver proof or error coin could exceed 500 pounds or more, depending on demand. Recent auction trends show steady appreciation for coronation-related memorabilia, with coins like this benefiting from renewed interest in royal history. The dirty surface may deter some buyers, but astute collectors recognize that professional cleaning or certification can sometimes reveal hidden details, making such coins a worthwhile investment. For collectors seeking this coin, careful evaluation is essential to avoid overpaying for a common example or missing a rare find. Examining the coin under good lighting to assess wear patterns, checking for mint marks or unusual design elements, and verifying its weight and dimensions can help identify key varieties. Certification from reputable grading services like NGC or PCGS can add credibility, especially for coins in questionable condition, as it provides an unbiased assessment of authenticity and state. Storing the coin in a protective holder will prevent further deterioration, preserving its remaining details. The 1953 UK bicentennial coin remains a cornerstone of British numismatics, embodying both historical significance and collector appeal. Even in very dirty condition, its ties to Queen Elizabeth II's coronation and its place in mid-20th century coinage ensure its enduring desirability. The combination of artistic merit, rarity, and royal connection makes it a compelling acquisition for those interested in the intersection of history and currency. As the market for coronation-era coins continues to grow, this piece stands out as a tangible link to a defining moment in Britain's past, offering both aesthetic pleasure and investment potential for discerning collectors. And now we're diving deep in the most valuable and expensive. The 1958 Elizabeth II coinage holds a strong place in the numismatic market, with particular denominations such as the florin, half-crown, and shilling being especially sought after. In top condition, even though examples in very dirty or circulated states are common and inexpensive, collectors consistently pursue high-grade pieces from this year, driving up their value. Proof-like strikes and coins preserved in uncirculated sets can fetch significant sums compared to their face value, reflecting the steady demand for early Elizabeth II coinage. Market interest in 1958 dated coins is linked to their position as part of the first portrait series of the Queen, making them foundational issues for anyone assembling a complete collection of her reign. This has kept prices for well-preserved pieces stable, with stronger growth for certified and high-grade examples. The year 1958 came at an important moment in post-war Britain, where coinage was both a daily necessity and a reflection of national identity. Elizabeth II had been queen for just 6 years, and her youthful portrait by Mary Gillick continued to appear across the coinage, symbolizing renewal and optimism. Britain itself was undergoing gradual social and economic change, and the pre-decimal system remained firmly in place, with coins like the florin, half-crown, and shillings circulating widely. All pieces of the 1958 coinage were struck at the Royal Mint in London, and though they were not commemorative in nature, they represent part of the broader narrative of Elizabeth's early reign and Britain's continuing stability in a period of transition. Visually, the 1958 coins retain the now classic Gillick effigy of Queen Elizabeth II, showing her laureate portrait facing right, a design praised for its elegance and timeless appeal. The reverse designs varied by denomination. The English and Scottish shillings carried their respective heraldic shields. The florin bore the Tudor rose with thistle, shamrock, and leek, and the half crown featured a quartered shield beneath a crown. These designs not only reinforced Britain's heraldic and cultural traditions, but also reflected the unity of the nations within the UK. Struck in copper nickel, they possessed the durability needed for circulation, with standard weights and sizes consistent with the pre-decimal system. In uncirculated or proof condition, the sharp details of these designs stand out vividly, which is part of their lasting appeal. Asterisk in terms of rarity, the 1958 coins were generally produced in large enough numbers for circulation, meaning most examples are readily available today. However, what drives true rarity is condition. Coins that have survived without heavy wear, discoloration, or cleaning are surprisingly scarce, as most circulated heavily for years before decimalization in 1971. Error coins, such as off-center strikes, double strikes, or planchet flaws, are far less common and can be particularly desirable. Very dirty or worn examples have little value beyond historical interest, but the leap in desirability is significant when collectors encounter uncirculated or proof-like pieces, which can be scarce due to natural attrition over the decades. Asterisk market. Values for the 1958 Elizabeth II coins vary widely, depending on denomination and condition. In circulated and dirty states, they may sell for as little as £1 to £5, often collected for typesets or historical interest. However, coins in extremely fine to uncirculated condition can achieve values between £20 and £100 depending on denomination, with half-crowns and florins at the higher end of that range. Proof-like examples or coins graded by professional services such as NGC or PCGS can exceed £150, particularly if they achieve high grades such as MS65 or above. Auction records show steady growth in prices for well-preserved examples, reflecting broader demand for early Elizabeth II series coins, which are becoming increasingly recognized as collectible investments. Asterisk for collectors. Acquiring 1958 Elizabeth II coins requires a careful eye. One should always look for sharp details in the Queen's portrait and the heraldic designs, minimal contact marks, and natural luster that indicates the coin has not been cleaned or polished. Certification from trusted grading companies adds long-term security and makes resale easier, especially for higher-value pieces. Storage in airtight holders or archival flips is recommended, as exposure to air and handling can lead to further tarnishing or damage. Collectors can find 1958 coins through reputable dealers, established auctions, or coin fairs, but must be cautious with online purchases, where altered or cleaned coins are sometimes misrepresented. Asterisk in conclusion, the 1958 Elizabeth II coinage remains a vital chapter in British numismatics, admired for its historic context, early portrait design, and enduring place in collections of pre-decimal coinage. While dirty or circulated examples carry only modest value, high-grade pieces are increasingly recognized as desirable investments that connect collectors directly to the first decades of Elizabeth's reign. Their mix of historical resonance, aesthetic quality, and market stability ensures they remain a rewarding pursuit for both new and seasoned collectors. As more collectors seek to assemble complete sets of early Elizabeth II coins, the importance of the 1958 issues will only continue to grow, securing their role as both historical artifacts and collectible treasures.